Things happen, teachers. This is for old and new, especially new teachers. Don't feel discouraged if you're still trying to wrap your head around your school policies, if you're still trying to get to know your students, if you're dealing with parent issues already and it's only 8 weeks into the school year. Like, it is perfectly fine. Things happen. Education is just a very tricky and ever-changing game. Hey guys, long time no see. Today is September 14th and it is my planning time. So I came in this morning. I knew I had an RTI meeting with the parent, so we did that for about 30 minutes of my planning time, and now I have about 10 minutes before I have to get my class from specials. But I wanted to really film today because I know it's been a while since I've posted and just shared my experience in my 5th year of teaching. For all my new subscribers, hi, how are you? I teach in Atlanta and I do 4th grade, and it has been an incredibly long time since I have filmed and posted onto YouTube. Because honestly, you know, the main reason why I haven't filmed in the past 2 weeks is because you know how you start ahead and then all of a sudden it's like a storm of craziness hits? Well, my storm of craziness hit with deadlines and new programs and observations, and then making changes due to observations. Like, that's really been the thing for me, along with you know, being a single parent. My son turned 3, whoop whoop, and so literally we had some changes that I had to make some major changes to my lesson planning and to my style of teaching. And I also started my master's program, and it is an accelerated program. It is an online program, so I have to do 3 assignments every week. And between my program, lesson planning meetings, trainings at school, I mean, guys, it has been, like I said, a tornado of events. So today I was like, this is the strike. I am going to film today, and I'm just gonna let you guys know like what is going on. Like, I am living the teacher life right now, and I will continue to talk to you all throughout the day. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy, and see you soon. Hey guys, it is my lunchtime and it is Friday, so I'm just like really happy because I've made it through the first part of my day. Today's schedule is a little different. We have benchmark testing for our unit 1 for math. So being that we share 2 classes, yesterday I did not see my class B, so I had class A all day. So today I have class B and I'm getting them caught up so that both classes have accomplished the same activities and lessons. And I think that's like the biggest challenge when you are departmentalized, is somewhat trying to keep your classes as close as possible in regards to like activities and lessons. And you're always going to have a group that's maybe higher or lower, but you don't want to, it makes it easier when you're planning to have them just as close as possible, so that when you're planning you don't have to say, okay, well, this group is 2 chapters behind, or this group is 3 chapters ahead, and well, I talked about inferencing but I didn't get to point of view, and well, they know how to do point of view but they were, you know, you don't want to do that. So that's what I'm trying to do today, is just get my class B caught up to class A, and to get everybody where they need to be in regards to like our workstations. So after observations and feedbacks and critiques and things like that, I decided to do centers. So there are 5 centers. They get about 20 to 30 minutes in each center. We do 1 center a day during our reading workshop. That way I could pull guided reading during that center time. So that was kind of thrown off this week because of the math benchmark. So I have 2 centers that need to be done in one day instead of 1 center, if that makes sense. Sorry if I'm talking in circles. And I want to show you guys the template that I use for centers. I don't know how well you can see it, but that's what it looks like. There are 5 centers, and on it I have the name of the center, the table they should be at. I have the little IKEA signs, and so it tells them where they should be. I have the standard that it addresses. The I can statement is on it, and then I have instructions for each task. So for example, center 1 is making inferences. It's using their journal, what standard it addresses. The I can statement, I can use the details and examples in the text to explain or infer meaning. And then the task is to read the text carefully, use key details to make an inference, insert your answer in your reading notebook. So it just lets them know what to do and how to do it. That way, if I am doing guided reading, if they have a question, they can look at their student checklist, which is now in the form of small groups. I also want to show you the small groups area. So what I decided to do to make sure that all students have access to the resources for each center, on my storage thing, it's called something, but I don't know what it's called. My mind just went blank. But on the top of it, I have 1, 2, 3, and 5. Group 4 is with me, so that way I can do guided reading or a strategy group with them. So 1, 2, 3, and 5. All the resources they need are over there. They go to that tray. They get the task, they get the headphones, whatever it may be, and they go back to their table. So I'm going to show you quickly what that looks like. So as you can see, that's table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I do guided reading over here. And I kind of like using the sofa for it because that way I can kind of listen to them and I can get close to them and things like that. And then over here you have the trays. So this is what they need for 5. This is the materials for 3. 2 is digital learning, so they have the headphones. And then this is tray 1, and I actually have the key over here, and so it's not necessarily the answers, but it shows them how their table of contents should look, and it shows them what the finished product should look like. So table of content, what page, the dates that we're doing it. So I have that over there so they can see. As you see, I have so many anchor charts now. Doing a slow, my room is a mess. This is what real life teaching looks like. My pause is up there, my W fell down. Anchor charts, anchor charts, anchor charts. You get a chart, you get a chart, you get a chart. If you guys haven't seen, one of my students found my YouTube channel and I thought that was hilarious. This is the first class to find my channel in 3 years. So that's interesting. So I definitely have to be a little careful about what I say because now I have a student and possibly even parents that may find my channel. So yeah, this is my lunch. I showed you my centers. We're about to do my reading lesson. Then they have their workstations time. They have to do 2 stations today because this is the last day for this week's stations. Then over the weekend, because I'm not gonna have time, over the weekend I'll make new centers and they get a new work plan next week. So that's really how that works. And if you have any questions about that template, please let me know. During writing, they actually got to use my peer revising sheet. I've shown this before, I think, but what they do, I love for them to get feedback from their peers and for their peers to have the opportunity to just see how creative some of them can actually be. So they write the author, which is the person who wrote the story, the reviser, the person that fixes it, we talk about that, and then in each box, the first box, what do you think they need to take out of their story or their essay? What they need to put in? Any like errors with spelling, punctuation, structure, and then positive words of praise, because you always tell somebody what you liked about their story. And in the lesson that we just had, I explained to them when we are peer revising or whenever we're helping a peer, our goal is to help them, not hurt them. And so we just kind of broke that down and what that means, what we definitely don't need to say, and what we could say. So we talked about that today, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, my life has been a little hectic just between the deadlines from work, the trainings, the critiques and changes my principal and admins have just asked me to make in my class. And so just me adjusting to what needs to be in place. We've had We had a PD day where, like Wednesday, I wasn't in the class at all. We had an all-day training. So things like that can definitely throw you off. I have 2 new students in one class and I have a new student in the other. I've had RTI meetings. I mean, it has just been crazy. But one thing I will say that has saved my life, and this is not a promo moment, but seriously and honestly, my teacher notebook, this right here, this thing, I'm just gonna close it. This, I showed you guys a tour before school year started. I put it together over the summer. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not boosting my head or anything. You can see the walkthrough on my channel if you look through my videos. This has been spot on. Like, out of all my years of using it, remember I told you guys I make changes every year. I try to think what needs to be added to make it better. How can I organize it? I have a section for everything. And so, I mean, whenever I go to a meeting and they're like, well, did you call the parent? I got my contacts here. Who's on tier 2? I have that in here. Where's your lesson plan? That's in here. What are your small groups? It's right here. Like, what are your standards? It's right here. And do you see how big it is? It's not that big. I mean, I know people are like going digital, but I'm just old school. I love pencil paper. I love to be able to just edit and scratch out and highlight. So like, this works for me. If digital works for you, there are plenty of options. This has saved my life. I just want to like encourage you guys to kind of like check it out. It's not expensive. It's in my TPT store. The peer revising is in the store. I may put my layout for my work stations and small groups, what I just showed you with the standard and things like that. I may put that on my TPT store. But guys, like, that has saved my life. I take it everywhere and it comes in handy every single time. I have lunch numbers. I have who has asthma, who has, I mean, it's just like at my fingertips. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just slightly wrapping it up now because after school I can't make any guarantees of whether I'll be able to vlog, but it's so good to talk to you guys. I've missed you all. I'm sorry for the 2.5 weeks that I have not been on YouTube, but please know that every day when I get in my car, I'm like, shoot, I didn't vlog today, but today I did. I hope you enjoyed the video. Things happen, teachers. This is for old and new, especially new teachers. Don't feel discouraged if you're still trying to wrap your head around your school policies, if you're still trying to get to know your students, if you're dealing with parent issues already and it's only 8 weeks into the school year. Like, it is perfectly fine. Things happen. Education is just a very tricky and ever-changing game. So if you feel like you're behind the 8 ball, guess what? You're gonna feel that way for the entire year. Like, it's really hard to stay on top of things in education because we're just not in control. You know, it's just a very interesting and vulnerable place to be. And so I hope that you seeing this video kind of just lets you know I'm not the only one that doesn't have it together. Like, to a certain extent, I have it together, but I have to work so hard to keep it together. So I plan to work on my lesson plans at school, and then that way I can enjoy my weekend and complete my other 2 assignments for my master's program. So I love you guys. Welcome all new subscribers. What's up, old subscribers? If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure that you do, because I do try to post videos and links on Instagram. So I hope you guys enjoy. Next week, I want to show you some digital things I use that make instruction easy and make RTI easy. So yeah, continue to stay blessed. Everything's okay, guys, and I will see you guys on next week. Take on.